Wow, now that is a wintry scene. I wonder what the local canal basin and epic aqueduct that stretches across the valley might look like in these conditions. Well, let's find out. So, as you may notice, I'm cutting between day and night footage of the exact same locations here, and that's because these clips were all filmed over a 9 hour period where I started to see the snowfall in last night and was so excited that I couldn't resist going down and having a look at the aqueduct. And of course, I woke up this morning, found that the snow was still falling, and yes, you've guessed it, couldn't resist going down and having a look at the aqueduct. So we are just wandering down from the village of Kevin Mara, some people may know it, and we're heading towards the Trevor Basin and of course the mighty Pontcysyllte Aqueduct as it stretches across the valley over the River Dee. And as you can probably gather, we're about to have an absolute treat in terms of scenery, in terms of wintry, almost Christmassy feeling sort of environments. And when it comes to the idea of cosy narrowboats all nestled together, well, it doesn't get better than the winter. So I, of course, myself have been very lucky to live on boats for most of my adult life, and it's an experience that I am tremendously grateful to have had, and I'm tremendously grateful that it looks like I will be doing it again next year. But just look at this. So these are the holiday boats in the Trevor Basin, so there's nobody on board these, so don't worry, I'm not dazzling people who are trying to get to sleep, I hope. But seriously, just look at that. I mean, there's just so much to love on screen here. And don't get me wrong, if I had the chance to go out a third time in this 9 hour period, I might choose to just concentrate on trying to dry out my current two pairs of wet shoes in front of the fireplace rather than add a third pair to them. But it's something that you just can't express how silent the world is. Not only was this obviously very late at night, between about 10:30 and midnight, but of course, with the snow, as many of you will be aware, it has that unbelievable sound dampening effect. And because the aqueduct crosses the River Dee, you get that underlying roar of the river and basically no other external sounds. So it's just the sound of your footprints, the sound of the blood flowing inside your own body almost, and of course that low rumble. And I'd say almost maybe there's a sense of dread and that sense of butterflies, something in your stomach that just makes you go, ooh, this is a bit of a wild environment. The river's roaring, I can't see anything beyond about 10 foot, and I'm getting frozen if I stand still for too long. Absolutely incredible. But this is really what the main feature of this video is all about. Let's be honest. We all know what we're here to see, and it is the wonderful, the mighty, the always spectacular Pontcysyllte Aqueduct as it stretches out into the distance, and it almost looks like it goes on forever with the haze of the snow added in to obscure the end point. And it's funny that, as you can probably imagine, there were very few people out between 10:30 and midnight last night in these conditions, and there were only a few out this morning between about 7 and 9 a.m, which, I'll be honest, makes sense when I look at this footage. And like I say, when I look at all of the wet clothes I've got piled up waiting to be dried off in front of the fireplace, it makes even more sense. So if you are just enjoying this footage and thinking, wow, that's beautiful, I'm glad I wasn't there though, well, you're right to think that. Just look at this. So that's the River Dee. And it's actually quite shallow there at the moment. The river, over the winter and the autumn, depending on how much rainfall we have, and in this case snowfall, can rise and fall literally 5 to 10 feet in a day, I'm sure. It's unbelievable the difference when you walk by it sometimes. Anyway, let's have some on-site audio. You know what, my friends, it's hard to say this is anything other than magical. People just coming home from the pub as well. Absolutely beautiful, look at that. Oh, and this tree, you can see the size of it. I don't know if it's 2 or 3 trees there, but that will look epic if the snow sticks overnight. Man alive, just look at this. I love this lane as well, because obviously on the old bridge over the basin here, and just how beautiful is that. You can hear people are very merry. Maybe they're coming home, maybe there's some boats moored up here. And the wonderful worn style. Let's get ourselves up and over and have a look at the magic of snow on the canal. Oh, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, I don't think I could have asked for a more scenic environment. Absolutely lovely stuff. Right, I really need to put my phone away because I've got an extremely cold hand. It's quite funny in hindsight that I was talking in hushed tones there. Meanwhile, clearly audible in the distance is the rather jolly party leaving the pub. And again, that's the sort of stuff you just love to see. And how amazing a memory is that? Like coming out of the pub at the side of the basin, crossing over the little bridge above all of the moored up boats, and finding this incredible weather has come down while you've been warm and toasty inside. And if they were heading to one of those boats, again, this is the same place but seen this morning, you can see just how beautiful an environment this is. And this is what I say about my own memories of waking up on canal boats in the winter weather like this. It's something that is, I just can't express the gratitude, the feeling of awe, the feeling of coziness when the fire on the boat's roaring away. And like I say, if the people from the pub were heading to one of the boats moored up last night, what an amazing series of memories and moments they will have at this point today to look back on for the rest of their lives. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love boats. I absolutely love the snow, and the fact that I've been so lucky to not only live on boats in my later years, but of course grow up in the town of Oswestry, which is only a few miles down the road from here. So I've always had this super rural environment to go out and enjoy. And I just thought I'd show a few more of my little woodland clips here, just because I know people didn't want to see these full clips at the start of the video because everybody wants to just get to the basin and of course the aqueduct for that view. But I like these clips, almost the nighttime clips, because of having the light source right next to the camera, just like, of course, holding a torch or using a head torch is right next to your eyes viewing the environment in real life. You can see, because the snow was changing and ebbing and flowing in thickness, there's almost a bit of a disorientating thing, because the lights, the torch, the head torch, are so dazzling when they're reflecting off the snowflakes close to your face that it almost can start to make you feel a little bit sort of, oh, flipping heck, am I walking in a straight line here? Have I been to the pub perhaps and not realised it? But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please do check out my other videos for loads more boat life, the great outdoors, and goodness knows what else. I write books about boat life, so please check the links in the description to find those on Amazon, or search Amazon for The Narrowboat Lad. And, well, feel free to follow the links in the description, add me on Facebook and Twitter, and goodness knows where else. Until the next time, my friends, keep it chill-worthy, keep it boat-worthy, have a fantastic day, and of course, farewell.